everybody, and welcome to Mondoid, your one-stop shop for all things Project Zomboid. And this week in the Mondoid blog, we are looking at something called So Close, We Can Feel It. Basically, this blog is not going to be too much to talk about, but let's get right into it and see what we're talking about. So, the first thing they kind of discuss is that Res is over and they're tired, right? It's been a week since Res is over, and they've been tirelessly working since getting home from Res to get the next build out. And if you've been following the forums at all, which you should be, the test builds have been released on the forums kind of in stages as they work on some very particular bugs that have been getting to them and preventing them from putting out the Desura build, as they said. A couple of them are pretty interesting, especially the teleporting crops bug, which they might actually finally have finished. But this is one of those weeks where, and it happens in any project, whether it be game development or whatever job you may be working on, you know, just being a data guy where you're just punching in numbers, whatever. Sometimes you just work on things and things just kind of fall into place really perfectly. And other times things crop up. And that's kind of what's happening right now. They said they just were about ready to start writing Mondoid, and they find what they thought was a recently repaired carpentry stair bug actually ended up still popping up with a few issues. And following that, a couple of other things have been kind of popping up. So what they initially wanted to do was get the update out today for this particular Mondoid, but because of those bugs, it was not possible. They also talk about a few vital things people have been waiting for since the last stable version, and we'd rather wait until we got it in there. They don't really want to, again, push something out to Desura that could potentially break worlds and whatnot. It doesn't, again, just because they really just kind of try to hammer home the idea that just because they weren't able to get it out today like they planned doesn't mean they're not going to get it out sometime this week or even tomorrow. You know, fingers crossed. Things happen, things pop up. And if anybody has been playing with the test versions on the forums, they also talk about that you should know there is a very rare, but it still occurs, bug that kind of destroys your saved world. So if you are planning on going onto the forums and downloading one of their latest test forum builds, know that it is potentially world breaking, which is why I haven't gone to download it. Now, of course, you can back up your saved worlds and play them through a backup file, but if you don't know how to do that, don't do it. Just don't bother going to the forums and getting whatever. Just wait until the bug is fixed. Just as I say, if you're not comfortable with copying files, be careful not to attempt any load, etc., etc. If you do have issues and could post your zip, that's another thing. If you are playing, you are coming across bugs, please, by all means, zip up whatever file is having the bugs and send it to them. Like, let them know, hey, here's the bug, whatever, this is what it is. You can post it up on the forums and whatnot and check it out. And for a lot of text in the blog, there's not too much to talk about outside of that. They do link where the build are and the hot fix for one of the builds as well. And they summarize what they've been talking about. There's the three main bugs that they're worrying about. The farm plots are teleporting around the map due to some unknown streaming and saving issue. They're working on that. Carpentry stairs sometimes result in characters floating through the air. Sounds like a perk, not so much a flaw, my friends. And they have a few bugs with the world conversion system, which is what the loading up an old save into the new game is the bug they're talking about there. But, and here's the point that I really want to talk about. This is the very end. This is a very small part. It says when they're done getting the Desura build out, and they have what they consider a stable build to play, they will then be going back into NPC development. We'll begin again in earnest with near full-time dev from half the coding team until it's in the game. This one line is what makes this particular Mondoid very, very interesting and very exciting for me. And I know it's something simple and something probably everybody is looking forward to. AI in the game is going to make things super exciting, but for me in particular, the metagame and the NPCs in the game are what make me excited for this build. This is what is going to make this game so fun and so unique, especially if when all is said and done, all the bugs are worked out, things are going to be working as intended. And to know that once everything is done, once all the bugs are out and the Desura build is up, that they are going to be kind of diving in head first into that NPC development again, gets me excited again. I'm not to say that I'm not excited now. I feel like I probably phrased that incorrectly, but excited in that we're going to finally have that immersion of other survivors around the map. I remember playing my last game or my last episode and saying, I couldn't find an axe anywhere. And it was the game, of course, spawning, just spawning issues, and I know that because, that's just where the game is at this stage. But having NPCs in the game again is going to introduce that unsure factor to survival. Perhaps even if it was just a spawning issue, perhaps if I had gone into an area where there usually are axes, like the warehouse or the lumber mill, and I couldn't find one, I'm thinking, maybe in my mind, this could be the potential of NPCs, and this could set off a whole chain reaction as far as my gameplay is concerned, right? All of this is about emergent story. And for me, playing in this game right now with no NPCs, all I know is, okay, game's not giving me X, I need to keep looking till I get an X, and I'll go back and keep building a fort and survive as long as I can. But if NPCs were in the game, my thoughts probably wouldn't go that way. They wouldn't immediately go, game is screwing me, gotta keep looking. For me, the way I would play, I would probably think, okay, there could be NPCs nearby, and they've taken the axe. The axe is gone. So I need to look for them. My thought process would probably go, all right, how picked over is this place? How long has it been since the game has been playing? How many days into surviving are we? All right, we're only 3 days in, and this place is already that picked over. There might be a big group of survivors somewhere nearby. I need to go check it out, find them, figure it out if I can handle them, maybe let them live, or try and kill them in some subverse way when they're sleeping. Maybe go and smash some windows in the middle of the night and try and cause a problem for their safe house and then run off in the middle of the night, hopefully attracting zombies to kill them and maybe getting loot in the process after they've already died. Or maybe I could try and contact them, ally with them, eventually take control of the group and move on from there. All these things, these branching thoughts, these branching paths that I could potentially pursue with NPCs back in the game could be really exciting for me. I'm actually really excited to see what that could potentially give me. So knowing that NPCs are going to be the full focus, or at least a large focus of the devs again once the Desura build is out, actually really, really excites me, and I'm excited to see when we're going to start seeing some updates on it, maybe see some of the NPCs in action. That is going to really start selling the game to a mass audience, I think, even more so than it already has, and of course start paving the way to get onto Steam. This is basically, as I've said 100 times over, Project Zomboid is a bomb waiting to go off, and I'm looking forward to when that bomb does go off. Thank you guys for watching. If you're one of those once-a-weekers, I look forward to seeing you next Monday. If you are a regular viewer, then I look forward to seeing you later on today or tomorrow. And until then, I will see you all next time.